Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Tuesday. It's the last Tuesday of the year. And I'm so glad you guys took time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with me today. We've got a very important show today. And I'll tell you why it's important because my friend and my brother, Norman, has agreed to fill in and hang out with us to give us some worthwhile information, what to look forward to in the new year. So before I get him in the air, let me get my shout out the way and all of my announcements. The first thing I want to do is give a shout out to Dr. Hunt. Now, Dr. Hunt and I have been traveling in life together for 30 plus years. And out of the 30 plus years that we have been traveling together, he has been a blessing to both me and my family, as well as I have been a blessing to him and his family. Now, one of the important things about having a mentor in your life is that they can help you in all types of situations. You know, somebody that you can trust that can give you the best advice and information that you can possibly get. So that's why I talk about my mentor so much. And going into the new year, I want you to get a mentor. Somebody that you can count on, somebody that you can trust, that will be there for you. And then I want you to get a show so you can shout your mentor out. Okay? All right. I want to invite you guys to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you to first notice that you can watch all of the live broadcasts in real time. In real time, you'll be able to see each and every show that we do on this network. The next thing I want you to notice is that I have advertisers. These advertisers help make it possible for me to do what I do. I'm going to talk about a few of them. The first one is RRJ Web. RRJ Web offers the best solutions for a broken website, and you can also build a website that he can help you put together. Whatever you got floating on your head, he can help you put it together. So you might want to click on any one of these banners and go directly to their website. Reach out to them so they can help create what you need to be created. And if you got a broken website, trust me, he can help you fix it. The next one I want to talk about is Sir Synergy. Sir Synergy is helping people with solar energy solutions. There's a lot of money floating around in the state of Illinois as well as around the country to help people understand about solar energy. It will save you money on your energy bill as well as help you understand the wave of the future. So if you got a business or a home and you want to find out more information about it, you definitely want to reach out to Sir Synergy. Port Again Sam. Now, Port Again Sam brings in some of the best wines and spirits from all over the world. And I tell you, you don't want to miss out on his seasonal favorites. I say seasonal because once he's got them and they're gone, you won't be able to get them anymore. So reach out to Port Again Sam, set up your wine tasting, and get some of the best wine that you could ever get and you can find your new favorite wine or cognac, because I'm a cognac person. Every year, me and my friends, we get together and we drink a shot going into the new year, and we only drink the best, thanks to Sam. So, now my last advertiser is Prince Hunter Financial Group. Now, he's been with me for a few years now, and he's also my guest today. Norman is one of the best kept secrets in the world. And I'm so glad that he's coming on the last show of the year, because I feel like he's got a message for us going forward into the new year that we need to pay attention to. Norman has been teaching people how to study the stock market, how to study the Forex market. And I promise you, Norman is a genius when it comes to understanding the market. If you want to learn how the market goes, he's the person that can help you get started. And I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the less you know, the better. Okay? Because if you know too much already, then he's not going to be able to erase what you got in your head. But if you're interested and you have no knowledge at all, he's the person. So I want to welcome back to the show my brother, my friend, Norman Hurd. What's up, my brother? Happy holidays to you.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You look like you just climbed out of a cabin somewhere in the mountains. You been on vacation, man?
Nah, I wish not yet.
Okay. As you can see, I have high esteem for you and what you do. But I feel it's relevant and important to have some information going into the new year. I feel like, what you do is such a specialty act that people underestimate your abilities and your skills. And I just want, to try and profile and highlight you today so that we can get a better outlook on how you can help us going forward into the new year.
Well, that's a good question. So it's hard to say. Well, first, let me address the fact that you said it's better if the less the person knows. That's true because it is hard for me to pour. I can't really pour my knowledge into your head and it just sits there and works the way mine does because we all have to psychoanalyze ourselves and determine, what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Because if you look at the market in so many different ways, you're trying to figure out how to eat this elephant. And you have the stock market, like you mentioned, you have the futures market, you have the forex market, your options market. I try to dabble into all of those to teach people a little bit of everything, and we try to build on the knowledge they grow on their own after that. So it's just good that people who want to learn how to trade be willing and be open to understand that it's not going to happen overnight. Yes, you can make a lot of money. Yes, you can do well, but there's this psychology part that people don't understand. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. And I tell the people that I work with now, you can't bring what you've done the past 30, 40, 50, 60 years of your life into trading because it doesn't work that way. One of the things I tell everybody is this: trading is not a contact sport. You can't beat up the person in front of you and make them submit to your will like a boxing match, or dunk on somebody playing basketball and make them feel worse. This doesn't work over here. It's a different type of game that you trying to have this battle with yourself, because the biggest thing I see all the time is people have issues with trying to change how they think. And that's why I tell you, everyone in the beginning, trading has nothing to do with money. It's all psychology. If you can find a niche that you like, that you love to use, that works well for you, that you found a way to master that I may show you, that's great. You might not need nothing else. So it's a lot. That's a very big statement, and which requires an even bigger answer. So, but I don't want to take up too much time on that. But go right ahead.
No, 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 man. That's a foundational understanding that coming into this. It's just like I've been in the entertainment industry for 50 plus years. And one of the reasons why I had so much success in the business was because I was a problem solver that, you know, um, Europeans were willing to pay to get out on the field. I can fix anything and everything that would happen that could possibly happen. But I had that vast experience.
Mm-hmm.
So if you equate that to like what you do in the stock market, you've been doing this for so long. You've encountered so many situations, scenarios, that you knew how to approach it just from the way it looked. Like, okay, I've seen this before. What did I do when that happened? And you're able to now take from your experiences and turn it into a platform for teaching. And I applaud you for that because I think of, most people don't understand the value of somebody who is willing to teach. You think about, when you get to a college level, they feel like, whatever your career is going to be going forward, you need some additional information in order to be successful at it. And that's what you start out by doing.
Right.
You start giving people, basic fundamentals, knowledge that's going to take you to another career level in your life. And I just can't applaud you enough for that. Oliver, I want to give a shout out to Oliver. Oliver's tuned in. Thank you, Oliver, for tuning in. He said vast experience and knowledge. And that's a beautiful thing. There are millionaires made every day, every year in the stock market. I remember earlier this year, just as a testimony, talking about somebody that's not a student, he was trading what I think they call it pink slips, blue slips, something like that, some kind of slip.
That was the OTC market you told me.
Yeah, OTC, over the counter. And he had bought something that wasn't on anybody's radar, but he sat in it and then he hit a home run one day. I think he picked up over $100,000 very quickly when it finally, scaled or whatever, OTC does. But he was able to take that $100,000, snatch it real quick, and then be able to sit on it and go buy some more OTC. Now that's his niche. That's what he did because he had a success story dealing with it. He wanted to, duplicate the process. But there are so many different ways to, like you just said, eat this elephant. You just little bits at a time, but it can change your life. That's the knowledge of it. This can change your life. When I first met you, my horror story, I was playing around with the Forex market. Bad move for me. It wasn't good for me. But then you have other students, that's all they do.
Right.
Is the Forex market. They found a comfort zone, they found a niche that's working for them and is doing well for them. So the point that I'm making is not a right or wrong way to approach it, but you still need to approach with caution.
Right.
That's the first thing. You have to approach with caution and be deliberate and intentional with what you're trying to do. Am I saying anything off base here?
No, you're right on point.
Okay. So um, I would like for you, if you don't mind, to please give it like a year end in review. What do you think happened in the stock market over 2023?
That's a good question, but I, as a trader, you just really there's a little bit of action. I don't know if it's freezing up or something. There's a delay going on.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is.
Um, I don't really have an answer for that question because I don't pay attention like that. I do look at the market overall. Yes, the market went up over the course of the year, pulled back, and then at the end of the year, it went up even higher. As a day trader, that's the hardest thing you can do as a trader. That's not easy work. It's very psychological. To be a position trader where you can buy and hold, or a swing trader where you buy and hold for periods of weeks, months, that's it's just your approach. So it's about the person, because if you can say, okay, what you just explained from the OTC trade that your friend made, excuse me, that's what we call lotto ticket trading. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to have you have to know how to implement a strategy for that. I've been showing people that's the strategy that I use for lotto tickets. That's the only one that I recommend to anybody, you know. And yes, you can see make some good money, and it could come fast or it could come a little slow. But to have a year-end review of what the market did overall, I mean, is you have everything. You have so many vast information. Every Thursday, you get unemployment. That affects the news. You got GDP every week. That affects the market. So there's so many things. The Fed meetings, that affects the market. So that's a tough answer, but it's just really how you approach what it is you're trying to accomplish. And that's what people got to stay with. If you want that pie in the sky lotto ticket, make it make sense. Learn how to use the tools that the market or that your trading platform gives you. Am I finna tell you what I use right now? No, I'm not finna tell you that. Do my students know? Yes, they know. Do some put some on? Yes. Do I put some on? Yes. But it's no way for me to really say, because I don't perceive it like that. I think in small bites. Tomorrow by 12 o'clock, this is where I want to be. This is how much I want to have. This is how many trades I want to take. This is how much I'm willing to lose. And that's a whole nother conversation. So if that question gets asked, then that's a very deep rabbit hole.
So I guess the next question will make even less sense. What do you perceive as something that may possibly happen going forward into the future, 2024? Because if you never evaluated the whole year, um, to say, okay, this is where I started, this is where I wound up at, this is where I want to be at the end of the year, what would be your preparation going into 2024?
Are you talking about my summation of what I think the market is going to do, or what does an individual need to do?
You can address both.
Um, for what I think the market is going to do, there's so many different things. You know, do we hear rumors of another virus coming out which could affect the market? Yes, I've heard that many times this year, and by the people who talk about the market, or so I mean, who study the virus from that perspective. They say, yeah, we're going to get another pandemic. There's something else going to come out that could affect the market overall. Um, it's just so many different things. Still got the war going on. That affected the market. That affected one of my trades. So there's touches of here and there that can really make or break an account or break a trade. As far as what an individual needs to do, um, they gotta get ready. This is a new year coming up. So if you spend time with me in this year, you have to now narrow down what it is you're trying to accomplish. So you have to have these rules that you're willing to live by. I tell all of them, you know how to trade, you know how to buy and sell, you know how to use your emotions to your advantage, and they know how to use your emotions to your disadvantage. But you can master that once you master yourself. You can't trade from a fear-based mentality. You have to have rules, strategies that you're willing to use for the rest of your life. So you have to figure out what works for you and who you are and use that going forward.
Shout out to Jones. He said, good question. Jones here. So we got Jones tuned in. Um, Now, I think the stock market is such a valuable tool. I'm finna ask kind of, uh, you know, I'm just gonna ask it. Why isn't that you don't think more black people, African Americans, people of color are knowledgeable or into the stock market?
Um, Fear, number one, is fear.
Okay.
Definitely fear. And as they say, fear of the unknown. So I've got people that I've talked to recently that are ready to start, wrap up the last two classes of their free 4 hours. And when they tell people, "Hey, I'm getting ready to study how to trade the market," the first words out of their mouth is something negative. "Oh, you're gonna lose." And I told that person, "You need to leave that person alone. Don't tell people your
Ooh.
business," because a lot of them don't know what it takes, so they're not willing to do the work. It could be many things. They feel they don't make enough money. But when me and one of my clients today, we looking at positions that actually went from literally 8 cent. I'm just talking about the lotto ticket side. 8 cent. It went from 8 cent to 25 cent or 20 cent. With the right amount of shares, that works. So there's so many things that people can do, but the fear of trading is what keeps people away, and then try to talk people out of it. So that you just got to be willing to do your own thing. Everybody don't want to be on your same boat. They don't want to ride with you, and they don't want to see you succeed. And then it could be
Yeah.
other things. You got family members that don't want to participate or cooperate. So fear of loss, fear of looking bad. A lot of that stuff is not beneficial to what it is you're trying to do, because they don't think of the market in the proper way. Even the people that join or take the 4 classes and then they disappear. They take the 4 free classes and disappear. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fear of getting ready to do something they never done before because they have a regular job. And that's easier money for them, because all I gotta do is show up, do what I'm show up, shut up, and keep up. And I get my
Mm-hmm.
check on Friday. People think
Yeah.
like that. They don't want the responsibility. So they don't want the onus to be put on them to be responsible for their own future. They rather blame an employer if the check is wrong.
Yeah. That is now crazy, and I'll tell you why I say it's crazy. Because that same family or person of color, whatever they go by this week, will go out and buy a lottery ticket
Yep.
because it's
$600 million.
you already know where I'm going. $600 million. They'll go spend $100 and buy some lottery tickets, and don't win a dime, but that's okay.
And the
you know,
same and the same joker that are talking about a trade and say good luck.
yeah, and then take that same $100, same person will get on a bus, go to a casino,
Mm-hmm.
and ride the one armed bandit. That's what I call it. That lottery machine
Mm-hmm.
for 8 hours.
And
Go up
somebody
$500
and
and go
somebody
all the way back down to zero.
right, and somebody they don't know sitting right next to him and say good luck.
Yeah,
So there's no support to answer your question. There's not enough support.
yeah,
So I try to encourage black families, black men, black women, black people. Hey, do something. You don't they don't It's a reason why you have to pay for this knowledge in school.
right.
You got to pay to learn how to be in finance. They don't want you to learn how to win. And I tell people there's two type of people in the planet. You got people who buy stuff, I mean people who sell you things, and people who fix things. That's it. Which one you want to
Yeah.
be?
Yeah.
You either gonna be a hammer or you're gonna be a nail.
Yeah. Now, now you mentioned something that I feel like I must address. This is a great debate that Norman and I go through every time he comes on my show. When I talk about Norman as an advertiser to this broadcast, he's been with me for some years now. And I think it's semantics, but he clarifies clearly what it is that he does. I tell people, if you let Norman know that you saw the advertisement on this show, he is offering 4 free classes. Now, I say classes because it's just a vernacular of a figure of speech. He says 4 hour sessions, period. Okay? Now, each session could be all at one time or, one at a time, could be 15 minutes apiece or whatever, whatever. But you clarify again for the people, please.
So the classes are what people pay for.
Okay.
Those are 30 days long each, 4 of them. So that's different than 4 free hours. 4 free hours is I'm gonna sit with you. You can ask me anything. I'll let you look into the computer, look at the market. I'll let you buy and sell something. We could talk about Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Instagram, whatever you want to talk about. We can look at it. But the sessions are different. That's it's it's just different. One is just I'm trying to get you acclimated to the market, so you can see some things or think about some things a different way. So the classes are what people actually pay for. A session is I'll give you an hour here, hour there. If you want it all in one day, that's fine too. It's free.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you. I'm saying this publicly. I want to thank you for being an advertiser, being with me for the years that you've been with me. Thank you, because I feel like this is such a golden opportunity for people to find you. First of all, because I'm gonna tell y'all, those that don't know Norman, he's in the witness protection program somewhere. He won't never tell you where he at. Sometime he in Vegas, sometime he in Florida, sometime he in California. You never know where. As long as there's internet access, he will respond to you. But the whole bottom line is he's a very personal, private person. And he just started answering my phone calls this year. I had to go through 12 switchboards in order to get to him at one time,
So
at once upon a time.
I'm private and I'm personal, but I'm
Uh-huh.
but I'm personable to everybody.
Right.
And I'm not out here trying to sell a pipe dream. So I'm not finna show you my bank account. I ain't finna show you no Lamborghini sitting outside. I found a niche. I'm happy with it. I like what I do. I'm just trying to help you find a niche that you may like what you do.
Absolutely.
So I'm not the YouTube type. I don't have a channel. I don't want a channel. I just want to help people, and I don't have a problem being low key with it. I don't need a pat on my back because a lot of people that I talk to, they understand. By the time they finish talking to me, they understand that this game is not easy.
Right.
I can show you things that'll make it easier, but it still requires you to do the proper preparation, the proper legwork, your own research. I don't have this holy grail key that I'm gonna give to you and say go do this and you'll be fine. It doesn't work that way because no matter if I'm good at it using it, don't mean it's gonna work for you. You have to find your own, and that's what this is about. Is I have to help you get to who you are, but we got to get past who you are too.
Right. You got to expand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's funny you should say that about the Lamborghini. Now, everybody that has ever watched or looked at any type of marketing, they see people sitting in front of $1 million mansion that ain't even their own, but they just there to shoot a commercial that day with 6 Lamborghinis in the front driveway, trying to convince you that they have the proper answers, the keys, and take their class, take their seminar, do all these things and, keep on giving them money to support their lifestyle, but then you're not able to achieve any levels of success. So I want to clarify Norman is not that person. Norman is giving you information on a level that you can understand and will help you tweak that, fine tune it, and help you become a success story, where you'll be able to do this 5 hours a day, 2 hours a day, whatever you put into it in order to be able to get out of it what you need to get. Am I right about it or what?
Yeah. You're right.
Okay. The other thing is, and you and I talked about a month or so ago, and I know coming into the last quarter of the year, Norman, you were so mad you were spitting tax. Folks had pissed you off with whatever the hell they pissed you off with. You want to address that because you were mad at every student you had. I remember you like this person, that person. You start naming names, folks I never even heard of. So, what made you so angry
So
about
if I had
what it was? Go ahead.
if I would have to say you don't I know where I literally went to go talk to elite traders, like people who bring stuff to the market. And when I say stuff, I mean indicators, people who've been in the game for 50 years, 60 years, been trading. They done designed indicators and sold them to Thinkorswim or sold them to TradeStation or all these other platforms and created stuff that the market uses around the world. You don't get to be that close to those type of people all the time and be in their circle. So that means you can learn a little bit from them, but you have to be able to do it on your own. You also have to be able to create your own baby. That's what I've been telling people lately. Find something that you like. Don't just wait for me to bring you a piece of information and show you this, and then you don't try to build on it. So my frustration had come from really just wanting to see people bring me back some research. So I guess if anything, I felt like I was being not manipulated, but drained from my knowledgeable resources. And I felt like so many of them were not going out and saying, "This is what I watched, Norman. What do you think of this?" And I tell everybody, go bring me back some piece of information. Tell me the video you watched so I could watch it so I could tell you if you're wasting your time. Because the longer you listen to people and the more you know, when you compare the average Joe to someone who's been in the market, and I'll use somebody's name. I'll use somebody like a guy by the name of Gerald Appel. Gerald Appel, most nobody really knows his name, but everyone uses his indicator around the world, which is the MACD. That man
Mm-hmm.
was nominated for a Nobel Prize for bringing and creating that indicator to the market, which is on everybody's trading platform. So if you don't go do the research on what you're using, a hammer is a hammer is a hammer. We all know what a hammer does. But how many people know who invented the real hammer or the modern hammer, let's say? No one knows. We know what a Phillips screwdriver is, right? A Phillips
Mm-hmm.
screwdriver was created by this man named Philip. And that's what I want people to do. Go dig deeper so you can learn why people do what they do, what made them want to create this, because that's the only way you're going to get the wheels turning in your head to start thinking differently. Again, you cannot take this business like a regular job where you have no responsibility once you leave. You go to work,
Mm-hmm.
you got responsibility to get there, get up, feed yourself, get in the car, take the train, get there, do your job, sit there, be quiet. Like I said, show up, shut up, and keep up. Don't complain, then leave, and now you're done. This business ain't the same because you're not going to get away from who you are. You're going to be mad that you take a trade and lose, but that's only because you don't understand how to lose. You have to learn how to lose. It's nobody else's fault but yours. So I got frustrated with people because I keep seeing people bumping their head, but they wasn't really digging deep because they kept thinking it was outside of themselves when it's in your brain. It's how you think about what you do. You got to wake up one day and say, I got to do different. I got to think
Yeah.
different. I got to be different. And that was
Yeah.
my frustration.
Yeah. I remember you were like, man, I hate everybody right now.
I ain't say that.
Yeah.
I ain't say
uh,
that.
I was like, dang, what did they do? Ain't nobody acting right. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
I'm,
And
I mean, I'm passionate about this business because
absolutely.
I've been at it
Absolutely.
and doing it and trading and winning and losing on my own for so long. People will quit. There were many times I'm crying on my desk. They all know the stories of me sleeping on the floor next to my laptop, one eye open, one eye closed, trying not to trying not to miss an opportunity. So people not it's not about me feeling like I'm undervalued. It's about me understanding or wanting people to realize that to have somebody call you at 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, say, why you still sleep? Ain't nobody gonna do that at your regular job.
Yeah, you right. You because I swear to God, you used to get on my nerve four
That
o'clock in the morning.
that means I want you to win, but you gotta get up.
Calling me at 4. Man, I'm not a morning person. Why is you messing with me? 4 o'clock. The market ain't even open yet. Yeah, it is. Come on, let's go.
Market open
You
at
know,
3 o'clock in the morning.
yeah. But it paid off. It has paid off. The things that I've learned from you, I promise you, nobody showed me, how much they cared about my success more than myself, outside of you. Now let's do some futuristic stuff here. Just follow me as I go. First question I want to ask you is how many students do you have right now?
People who call me from top to bottom right now, it's about 8.
Okay.
Now, of the 8, I probably talk to 2 regularly, like
Okay.
almost every day. And even that kind of went down to 1.
Okay.
A lot of people have regular jobs, so they're
Right.
not around during the regular day. I may be home all day long. Go ahead.
So we're just going to use the first number you gave me. You got 8
Mm-hmm.
that consider themselves under your umbrella.
Right.
So going forward into 2024, how many students do you feel that you can manage successfully, and not be overwhelmed? How would you like to increase that number?
Um, I would say 20.
Okay, so 20 students in addition to the 8.
20 addition to the 8, and that's
So that's 28.
but those right. And the only thing that would make that 28 hard to manage is if everybody worked from home.
Okay.
Because those are the people who I spend the most time with because they're home.
Gotcha.
And if they do work from home, what they doing? They sneaking taking trades with me? and then they go back to the work computer and do some work.
Okay.
But if they got
So,
regular jobs, you're only gonna talk to me at the end of the day, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night, sometimes 10 o'clock at night when the market is open, and I'll give you that time.
okay. So we're gonna put a challenge out there. Okay. We want to challenge 20 people that follow me or that are students of yours to go out and let's fill your classroom up. We want to help you get to that 28 in the year 2024 because this year is over with. Today is the
So,
last show of the
so I'm
year.
I'm I'm glad you're bringing this up. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna cut
Go ahead.
you off. I just made this statement to another student that going into this year, the manual is pretty much almost done. Literally, I'm there. I'm at the cusp of it. So, but I told this one student that I wasn't. I don't plan on working with any more individual people like that anymore because I wanted to focus on more small business owners because there is a battle and then there's an intellectual battle that I deal with regular people who aren't business owners, who don't think of supply and demand, who don't understand that, yeah, I need to stock my shelf. You know, they got the regular job mentality. So I was trying to lean myself away from just individual people. So if this is out there and it's a true challenge and you put it out there before I could tell the world, then fine, I'll deal with whoever comes along the way.
Well, I look at it like this. Um, you have a opportunity if you are a student because they've dealt with you and they know the passion that you have about this and they know that you what you bring to the table to be able to selectively find people that's not going to waste your time, that's not going to frustrate you because we don't need you stressed out. We want to be able to find folks that we can establish something in 2024 that is so unique that people are going to be trying to reach out and say, hey, I want to be a part of that. And then I know you have as part of your, when people come to work with you, you make people sign a non-disclosure NDA. You can't,
Yeah.
because otherwise I would say each one reach one. But we can't disclose the information that you have been giving us and teaching us. But we want to open up the opportunity we want to pre-screen them and bring them to you in an opportunity where you can be a blessing to them like you've been a blessing to us. And I say this, and I see Jones just got his hand on this thing. He's already like, maybe we can do this. We can do this. We can help people lead them to the information that will change their life. The biggest thing that ever happened for me dealing with you, and I had to go back to basics, was what are your rules? That's the number one thing that you gave me
Right.
to understand about what I do. What are your rules? Like one of my rules, just as an example, I only trade Monday through Thursday. I don't trade on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rule of mine. That's just, now I'll close a position on a Friday, but I'm not going to open a new position on a Friday at all, period. If I got something open and I check on it, I'm like, oh, I need to get out of this. Bam, I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to be, wrestling with the market on a Friday. That's my word, wrestling, But and I have others.
It's about discipline.
Yes.
That's what people don't have. That's the struggle. Is I need people who are willing to put themselves in a disciplinary box. And so many people don't want to do that. Or what they think is a disciplinary box is not a disciplinary box.
Absolutely. So I'm putting it out there because I don't know who's futuristically going to see this, you know, and they can find you at princehunter.com. They can approach you and get the 4 free sessions. See, I used your word. 4 free sessions to get a basic understanding, and then the criteria of what it would take to go forward in order to be able to, be able to understand how this opportunity is so unique. It is so unique, and I'm calling, all the people that may know you, that are students currently. We need to rally around you and perfect, the process to bringing people in. Not talk about this 4 free sessions every time I go live. But I need people to understand that we need in 2024 to screen some folks and bring them in so that they can fit the criteria to be able to go forward as a success story, under what you have to offer. Go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I understand. Let me say it this way. I need earnest seekers around me. Steel sharpens steel. So if you're not doing their own leg work, building your own rules, or understand how to build your losses into your trading strategy, you're going to struggle even worse. 98% of the people who try to trade, I'll say 95, I'll be nice. 95% of the people who step into this business lose.
Yep.
It's harder to do this than to go to college to be a doctor.
Right.
People don't think like that.
Yeah, I got reminded of a story that you told somebody one day. You told them about indicators, because I used to hate indicators when I first met you. I was like, man, I don't even want to see another indicator. But you told them that I think 90% or more of the people that have, blew up were using the indicators.
Oh yeah. It was the question you can ask Google this question, everybody if you want. And the question you ask Google is, what's the percentage of the people who lose at trading? And Google will come back and say 90, 95%, maybe even 98%. And then you ask Google the next question, which is, what indicators are 99 to 95% of the people using? And then it'll give you the list to show you what they're using that they're losing with.
Right.
And if you're using any of those, you so far removed from what's really going on, you don't have a clue what they're doing to you to take your money. You don't have a clue.
Yeah.
So all that being said, is this business ain't for everybody.
Right.
Somebody got to drop my French fries when I go to McDonald's.
Right.
I don't mean to be mean, but that has to happen. Somebody got to do that.
What you say? Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to be a greeter at Walmart.
I got to say hi to me when I go to Walmart. But
oh man, that is hilarious.
Really, really bad. I want people to succeed, but there's a different type of effort that has to be put in place. This business is too profitable, too rewarding to give you what you want, which is your life back and your time back. For people to be dicking around with their time and their money at the casino If you ain't got disposable dollars, keep your ass out of there. Put your money into something. Go buy you a penny stock that you can get 10,000 shares for less than a penny. At least you
Right.
got a chance
Right.
that you can look at it every day and you can study it. You can watch the news. You can pay attention. You can see if they create anything. Do they sell anything that can make value? People don't remember this. Apple 30, 20 years ago was only like $3.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So we got a challenge out there. Any and everybody that listens to this video and may have had experience with Norman in some form or fashion, and understand how valuable this brother is to us, and he can put some knowledge on you that will start the process that can change your life indefinitely. Okay? Is it going to happen overnight? No. But if you've got the right mentality, if you've got an entrepreneurial, because that's the word you're looking for, people that have entrepreneurial, mentality, and you want to figure out how to be a success story with the knowledge that he can give you. Like he says, he's got books, manuals, he's been working on them for years. I keep telling him every now and then some of the stuff that he has done to me. I come back with an antidote. I say, you got to put that in the book, you know, because it is valuable. It is invaluable. So my job going forward into 2024 is to try and encourage people to want to make a change, make a difference in your life. And I got people around me that can help you do that. And that's the whole key. Norman is one of those people. Norman has blessed me so much. I talk about mentors at the start of every one of my shows. I got a mentor I've been with for 30 plus years. And I talk about the value of having a person that you can trust as a mentor that can help you in every situation and circumstance. Now, I'm going to give this accolades to my brother. He can also help you with other things other than the market. Okay? He don't like to, but he do. He will tell you some stuff that will say, okay, he right, after you sulk about it, but he's right. Because he's a very knowledgeable, he's a person, he and I have gone back and forth on points of reference, and he has studied the meanings of words. I mean, this dude, he's not just, stuck on the market. That's what he does, but he's also can help enlighten you spiritually. I ain't gonna say so much physically, but he can lay your bathroom out. He can do a whole bunch of things. He's just so qualified. Lay your ceramic tile. He can do all of that. You know, and we, and I'm saying we because it's my job. I try to bring people to him all the time. Some of the people I bought to him, I'm sorry I bought to him, and I said that publicly. But, in the long run, it was to try and help benefit people, and I have that passion in my heart to try and help as many people as I can. And Norman is definitely a resource that we all need to rally around and try and help him achieve his class size of 20 more students. How about that? Is that a good challenge? Can I go there with that?
you can go there. You can go there. I mean, yeah, I want to help as many people as I can, but I know it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to happen. It's too many. It's too many fickle, cynical, stubborn.
He said fickle.
you know, that don't really understand what it takes to be in this business, because once I take away the pie in the sky, it's about you now. It ain't about me. And that's what people don't understand. I bump my head, I lose money. I'm not 100% trader, but the people that I teach, they can tell you I know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
They can learn from it. They can watch the market with me while I watch them trade and break down what they're doing and show them how this is what you could have did better. You know, even the millionaires lose. Everyone loses in this game because they learned how to lose. So many people say, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. It's built into the game. And that's what people don't understand. That's why 90 something percent of the people lose, is because, or quit. And losing really means quitting in this business, because once you blow up an account, and if that's your hard earned money and you say this is my one shot, you ain't coming back.
Right.
You're gonna find something else to do.
Right.
It's a different type of person can put their money on the line, lose it, and go back and do it again. Lose it and go back and do it
Absolutely.
again. Make a little bit, make a little bit more, make some more, and then lose just a little, but you still finish up ahead. That's a different type of mentality, as opposed to a
Absolutely.
person who has a regular job, who wait for the check on Friday.
Absolutely. It's interesting. I remember the testimony of many different success story billionaires. They failed
Many times.
many times before they finally hit a home run.
Not only that, they drop out of school
Yep. They don't give up.
to go fight for their belief.
Yep.
Bill Gates, if he'd have stayed
Yeah.
in college, you wouldn't have no damn Apple computer.
Yep. Like sometimes it's so interesting. I will walk into, and this is speaking a credit to other nationalities. I'll walk into a Chinese restaurant to go sit down and have lunch, and I'll see two and three laptops sitting on the table near the front door where the guy getting ready to seat me because he is taking trades the whole time. During the day, he's watching the market the whole day and then cooking Chinese food in his own family restaurant. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Makes you wonder, you know? So, look, man, we're going to get out of here. I know we started a little late today, but I publicly want to thank you for being the person that you are, man. I appreciate you. I love you, and I'm going to continue to support you throughout the year 2024. And
It
I'm
was a
go
filling
ahead.
show. I was filling in for somebody, so I really wasn't supposed to be on here today.
Yeah, absolutely. You wasn't, but I'm glad you did, you know, because the information that we put out there is so valuable,
I want the
you know.
students to be on the show. I want you to interview the people that I talk to, that I try to help, so they can be the testimony of, okay, yeah, it's me. It ain't gonna be Norman. It's them. It's me messing up. It's them
Right,
taking responsibility.
right. And we've done that. We've had throughout the year, we've had several students at various different parts of their growth or evolutionary process. We've had several come on, and there's a couple of them I wanted to get back in before the year was over with, but everybody's schedule wasn't available.
Right.
But that's okay. We got a whole new year going forward, and we're gonna have an opportunity to get updates and recaps on where they are in their trading, and find out how things are going for them with the knowledge that you have placed in front of them at this various points in time of their career, because it is a career, you know. So we're gonna get out of here, man. I just, once again, I can't thank you enough. I appreciate you. Two questions. Always got to ask these two questions, man. Will you come back and see me again?
I'll come back again, but I am finna limit my availability.
I understand.
I ain't about the spotlight, but I do want to help.
Yeah, and it's not about the spotlight, but every now and then, I know it violates the witness protection program that you're in, but they got to be able to see you so they can say, "Oh, he's still alive," boom, and then disappear again. you know. The next question, as always, what would you like to leave with the people before we get out of here today?
Grow. Y'all gotta grow. You gotta be willing to be uncomfortable. And even if that means getting up at 5 every morning where you don't have to be at work till 9. Plenty of people wake up an hour before they gotta be where they supposed to be somewhere. So seize the day. That's what that's about.
Absolutely. You know, great advice, great information, great inspiration. Thank you, Norman. I appreciate you. And we're going to make some stuff happen in the year 2024 that'll probably shock you. How about that?
Okay?
All right, we're going to work on it. All right, so stay right there. I'm going to invite you guys out to join me tomorrow, Street News Now at 12 noon, where we do news commentary going forward. The last show of the year on tomorrow, so you don't want to miss it. We're going to be cracking on the government even the harder. Also, join me each and every Saturday at 12 noon from the desk of Dr. Ron. Please come and join me. See what's on my heart going into the last show of the year. Once again, want to invite everybody to join me each and every Sunday where I have a Black History moment where I celebrate Black History 365 days out of the year. You don't want to miss every Sunday evening. Join me there. I want to thank everybody that have made donations and contributions to the show. Keep up the good work. I thank you so very much. I appreciate each and every person. Keep doing it. I need your support. And while you're here, please subscribe, like, and share. Please subscribe, like, and share. Real easy to do. Hit that button. You'll get notified every time I go live so you can keep up with what's going on. Spread the word. We got work to do, y'all. I love y'all. Stay blessed. See you tomorrow. Take care. Stay safe.